Margaret Cavendish is a perfect example of a person who was able to do this. She lived at a time when women weren't even supposed to write, let alone publish on philosophy or science. She was mocked for her intellect, and academics dismissed her. The Royal Society, as far as I understand, wouldn't admit her so that she could study, but she did not stay quiet. She read voraciously natural philosophy, poetry, politics, theology. She was all over the place, and she imagined alternative realities, and she self-published her ideas that were so provocative, they still make modern readers uncomfortable. I mean, there's some wild stuff in this book that I'm holding now. And then Cavendish did something astonishing. She used fiction to express scientific and political theory. She embedded philosophy into storytelling in the Blazing World. And this is what I call cross-modal learning. So if you haven't read The Blazing World, it's so wild. It's amazing. It makes me think of Aquaman every time I read it. And she was doing this cross-modal learning, bringing things together in a multidisciplinary way long before these terms even existed. And she did it while her society was closed. And she took steps to stay radically open. So inspiring. And here's the part that matters for you. You don't need a printing press to do it. Today we have all the tools to do what Cavendish did. You just need to be brave enough to use the tools that we have. You can publish so much easily on the internet now, and I've used the internet for a lot of my career, but personally in the beginning I had very, very low openness. I used to only have slides on the screen and you'd only hear my voice. And that persisted for a long time, pretty close up until I published my book, The Victorious Mind. And this book contains some of the most personal experiences I've ever shared, and it was very difficult to get myself to do that. I said things in there that I didn't think I'd ever say publicly. Publishing it, though, cracked me open, and I've learned more and more about myself, others. I've learned more about memory, but it's because I leaned into the discomfort. So if you feel stuck in one narrow range of interests, and if you want to become more open as a personality trait and stretch yourself intellectually and creatively, and yes, even emotionally, openness is the trait that will free you. And here's a practical way to start developing it. Pick a subject outside of your usual interests. Be open to it. And maybe if you hate country music, listen to country music as a starting project. But I'm really thinking here about books. Read a book or an article without judging yourself, without judging it, and then write something about it. Even if it's just a tweet-length takeaway, share it somewhere. Maybe even share it privately with a friend, but do it in writing. Because writing and then putting it in someone else's hands, that's the core of publishing. Publishing has the word public in it, more or less, and it's sharing. And that simple act can help you be more open. But the thing about Cavendish that I want to highlight here is she didn't just open doors for herself by being open to dealing with a closed society. She helped open doors to others. And the fact that her books are still in print and you can read them today, she's still doing it long after her death. So, openness, a big one. Practice it.